Hi, welcome to the round 24 preview as the Blues will take on the GWS Giants for the second time this season in circumstances that have shocked the world. They've shocked me and they've shocked, I think, the footy world as well. Remarkable turnaround from a few months ago. We're playing finals, it's locked in. And I think a lot of us forecasted this round 24 matchup with the Giants as potentially one that we would need to win to play finals. I think a lot of us thought that's how the season would play out. We left our run a little bit too late. I think a lot of us thought we didn't have a run in us. And I'll be honest, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to talk about this. I don't know how to feel. It's so foreign to me. I have only covered this team in a disappointing way and felt disappointment. Like, there've been some highs, there've been some little spikes, but for the most part, it's been, we get to round 24 and we know there's a 10-goal loss coming up because we're resting players, putting them on ice for the preseason for the next year. You only have to go back a few years ago. We played Port late in the season, 19 straight goals. Like, that has just been the story. I mean, I think Buddy kicked 9 or 10 against us late in the season a few years back as well. So it's new and I'm stoked. It's what do you do when you finally feel the thing you want to feel and you finally get the situation that you want to get? So that's something I'm very grateful for. I can't wait to, see what the next little period of time holds. But for this game, and all of a sudden the challenge is, how does the team navigate around the fact that they've achieved what they, desperately wanted last week, down by 40, win in amazing fashion? How do they bring that focus, that application, that intensity, that desperation this week? Now, I'm not suggesting that they're not going to be desperate to win, but I'm curious to see how I observe their mentality in this game. I think where it will work in our favor is, listen, there's plenty to play for if you're in this side. There's a massive carrot dangling in front of you because we're playing finals. We know it. And all of a sudden, you've got to perform your role to the best of your ability because selection headaches have arrived. This is the other thing that I'm not used to seeing. Most of the list available to play in round 24. And so what we know this week is Lockie Fogarty, Adam Chera, Sam Walsh, Matt Kennedy, and Mitch McGovern are all they're going to be available for selection. So what in the world do we do? And the discussion is far and wide. I've avoided it. I've just sort of said rest Cripps, rest Doc, bring in Chera, Walsh. The answer is I don't know. I'm hanging to find out what the coaching staff will do. I look at Chera, Walsh, and McGovern as absolute musts in the team. Kennedy as well, if he's fully fit. I'm just mindful of the amount of football he's missed. And Fogarty as well is one that's really proven himself. So this is a great situation to be in. And I think on the other end, you've got the Giants who, hey, give it up for them. They've actually turned their season around not dissimilar to the way that we have. I think early in the season, there was maybe an understanding that, they're changing, they're going in this new direction or this new chapter, new coach. They lost a few games early in the season, which suggested that they might be in that bottom bracket. And then all of a sudden, they get healthy. Their senior players get some continuity. They get back in form. Jesse Hogan emerges again, and they are rocking the GWS Giants. So I think irrespective of what happens this week, I think they'll be very pleased with their development. And one thing I really like and respect about them is the coach and his rhetoric. There's no sugarcoating around what they want. He's made it really clear. We are desperate to play finals. And that was evident last week against the Bombers. They absolutely put him to the sword at home. And they've got a serious carrot in front of them. And the formula for them is really simple. Win, you're in the finals. And then I think we would play them again at the MCG in a couple of weeks' time. So fascinating storyline here. It's tough. You know, I do not want to flirt with form. However, there's also this thought in my mind that if we're going to win the premiership, which we're going to have a crack at it, that's what's going to happen. We, along with 7 other teams, are going to have a crack at winning the flag because we've made the finals and we've qualified. And my mind goes to, if that's what we're doing, we're going to have to come from outside the top 4 to do that. Most likely. I think definitely now. And so if that's the case, you know you've got an extra game, an extra bout of travel. So, you know, I'm looking at Patrick Cripps, for example. His fucking ribs are just super sore. He's wearing that mattress under his Guernsey. I know Doc was sore the week before. So I'm curious, do you rest some of these guys, give them a week plus the pre-finals bye, and then they'll play in the first final? And so that just gives us the opportunity to do that. These are just things I did not expect to be thinking about a couple of months ago, but that's where my mind goes. And then it goes to, well, all right, if you sort of flirt with that, are you flirting with form too much? Because we've got to get everyone into the side. We've got to get the best 22 playing, and we've got to get them playing together. The more synergy you have, the more you play together, the more connection you have. And that's ultimately what's going to, you know, decide whether you win or lose come finals or prelim or grand final time. So I'm not assuming we're going to make the granny, but what I'm assuming is we're going to make a grand final run, a premiership run. We're going to have an absolute crack at it. So I think by the time you're watching this video, the extended teams will be out. We're going to find out the final teams on Friday afternoon. And so I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing to be here. I'm grateful to be here. And I think also for us, now that we're in this situation and we know we're playing finals football and we know that we've potentially come out the other end of this nightmare experience and now it's starting to become a dream, I really appreciate it a lot more than what I thought I would. And I think what I'm curious about is moving forward next year, year after, and then in 5 years, are we going to continue to stay grateful? That's my intention, you know. But I think now that this is the first year that they turned the page and, you know, stepped over the line of 8th spot and got themselves in there. So nothing but gratitude. Can't wait to go there. 6:10 p.m. on a Sunday. That's going to be interesting. And that's the way it's going to be. I look forward to it. What about you? How are you seeing this game? I want to see where your minds are at when it comes to this selection situation. Let's just say you're picking the best 22 from those that are available. So I think what we know is Zach Williams, Jack Silvani, not available to be selected. And it looks like the rest of who would be in the best 22 are available. So what would you actually do? Let me know in the comments below and bring on Sunday. Go Blues.